Hello, welcome to another episode of Lost in the Pond. Now, I understand that we're getting close to what you know here in the United States as the Super Bowl, when two teams in the NFL go head-to-head to win that very competition coming up in early February. But I know that there's some games going on right now. Don't really understand how all that works. But I have been challenged by you fine people, or some of you fine people, to guess or recall the nickname of a football team based on the city or state that's given to me. And that quiz comes to us via Sporcle here today. Now, I have to admit that before we get underway here, my knowledge of the NFL is rather weak, so this could be rather embarrassing. But I tend to hear things, and not just voices in my head, but, you know, names of things. And over the years, sort of things pop into your brain, don't they? Obviously, I know the Indianapolis team because I lived in Indianapolis for 3 years. But just other names here come here and there. And I will say this, that for some reason, when I was about 10 years old, I had an NFL sticker album. And so some of those names may have stuck around in my head. Some of those names may have changed since then. It was about 91. So I don't know if, because often you see that football teams' names change, or they even change location, is something that I've heard before. So we will see. So obviously my sport of choice is the other football, is soccer. Manchester United here, my team, won today against Tottenham. I'm preempting that. This was filmed on Saturday, the day before the game. So they may have lost, and this would be very embarrassing. If they did, let me know in the comments below, and you can have a right go at me. Actually, I suppose when we're all said and done, I'll probably have two sets of football fans having a go at me on either side of the pond. But without further ado, let's get underway and see how abysmally I do. Okay, so it looks like we have 31 teams. I'm assuming that's how many are in the NFL. And of those 31 teams, well, they're all listed below, at least the nicknames of them. This is what I'm seeing down here. And how does this work? And then we have the place name or state, in this case, just a sort of region, by the looks of it, New England. And I think what I have to do is I have to go through each one of these where it says the place name. I have to go through that and correctly choose the nickname of that place, or of that state, or of that town or city. So let's get going. New England, I do happen to know this one as being the Patriots, because they've sort of won it, I think, a few times in a row, haven't they? With not Wayne Brady, he's somebody else. Who is it? It's Brady. I know that. I've just seen it on Twitter. That's how I learn a lot of these things. So the New England Patriots, the New York. Now, New York has a lot of different teams across all the different sports. I mean, I suppose a lot of these places do. So I've heard of the New York Giants, but I don't know if that's in this sport or in a different one. There's the New York Jets, and I do see Jets here. Before I click that, is there one that says Giants? This is going to be process of elimination with a lot of this. New York Giants. I'm not seeing Giants, so I'm assuming it's Jets for this. Let's do it. New York Jets, brilliant. Miami, I know this one, and I know this one because of that very sticker album I had when I was a kid. I was a big fan of Dolphins, and I'd also been to Florida, not Miami, but Orlando. So I kind of had an interest in Floridian things at that time. So I know this to be the Miami Dolphins, and yes, it has remained so. Buffalo, New York. Oh, wow. So New York Jets are obviously New York City Jets, but not the state. So it looks like, for the most part, they do it by a kind of city or a region in New England's case. So Buffalo, what are you? Let me just take a look at what I've got here. I think I've heard this one before. It's not the Buccaneers. Buffalo. What is this one? It rings a bell. It certainly does. Buffalo. It's not the Buffalo Browns. Is it? Maybe it is. I might have to come back to this one, and I'll probably have to do that with a few of them, but don't fear, I will go back to them. We've got plenty of time, 12 minutes, that's crazy. I can't think off the top of my head. Nothing's coming to me, nothing's reaching out with this Buffalo team. So let's move on to the next one. Baltimore, oh goodness me. Isn't it the Ravens? The Baltimore Ravens? I'm gonna kill myself if it's not. It just sounds right. I don't want to click it just yet. I'll eliminate some that I definitely know, because there are some more in this list that I definitely know, and then I'll come back to it. And I'll probably do that, like I said, with a lot of these. The Cincinnati, I've heard of the Cincinnati Reds, but I think that's baseball, because I went past the ground in Cincinnati and it looked like a base. I think it is. I'll probably look like a right idiot if that's wrong. Again, I'm not seeing anything that's close to that. What do we got? The Cincinnati, no. Nothing sticks out, and that's not good. Let's come back to that. Pittsburgh, that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know that for a fact, and that's an easy one because Pittsburgh is kind of the Steel City, isn't it? So again, if I were doing process of elimination, I'd probably have done that anyway. But for some reason, I just know the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've heard of it. I've heard of them. Cleveland. Oh goodness. Well, now I've heard of the team, the Cleveland Browns, but I thought that was the team that LeBron James played for in basketball. And why do I know that? I don't know, because I don't know much about NBA either. So that seems like that would be wrong. But I don't know. I'm tempted to press it, but not too tempted. So again, I'll hold that one for later. So let's keep going. Indianapolis, very easy for me. That's the Indianapolis Colts. And as of today when I'm filming, I think they're playing in one of their sort of like playoff / last of the playoff games. I don't even know the terms, against Kansas. They probably lost by now. I think when I started filming this, they were 17-0 behind. But we'll go with it. It's Indianapolis Colts, obviously. Houston, what have we got here? So things to do with Houston. We've got, I know some of these that it isn't. So the Houston Cowboys is a potential. What else do we have? Houston, Broncos, Raiders, I don't know. Texans, that would seem obvious, I suppose. Again, because it could be a few of those, specifically Cowboys or Texans, I'm going to leave that one and come back to it, and hopefully we can do it. Oh, I just remembered what Buffalo is. It's Buffalo Bills. So when we come back to that, I'll remember it. Anyway, next is going to be Jacksonville. Oh, goodness. Well, I don't know. What have we got? We've got, could it be something that's alliterative? Sometimes they are, aren't they? Like the Jacksonville Jaguars, as you may say in the United States. Don't know with that one. It could well be, but let me get a few more out of the way that I definitely know. Tennessee, I don't know you. Yeah, I don't know. I'll come back to that. San Diego, same. I'm not entirely sure. Nothing sort of immediately comes to mind with that one. Denver, I know this one. This is the team to whom the Indianapolis Colts sold, if that's the right term. It is in Premier League football. Peyton Manning a few years ago, and that is the Denver Broncos. Where's Broncos? There it is. Great. Kansas City, that is the team that, in theory, beat the Indianapolis Colts yesterday as we were watching this. And that was the Kansas City Chiefs, wasn't it? Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs. Oakland, I know this one because I was in Oakland last year, and I mean, I know it when I see it. It's the Oakland, not Ravens, Raiders. There's Raiders. There it is. The Oakland Raiders, yes. Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys. So that means then that the team we had earlier from Texas is not the Cowboys, so they must be the Texans, right? We'll see. So Dallas Cowboys is one. Philadelphia, ooh, that's tough. You're all laughing at me right now. You probably think this is easy. The Philadelphia Falcons? Don't know. That doesn't sound right to me. You don't get Falcons in Philadelphia, do you? You might. Let's see. We'll come back to that. The Washington Redskins. I know that one for sure. Chicago. I ought to know this. It's the Chicago Bears. Green Bay. That's the Green Bay Packers. I'm on a roll now. This is good. Detroit. This is where I struggle. The Detroit. Oh, goodness. Why am I thinking Bengals? That doesn't make... You don't have Bengals anywhere, do you? I mean, I suppose a lot of these animals aren't picked because they're home to the place. They just sound good. Yeah, I don't know for sure with Detroit, so I'm going to come back to that one as well. We've got 7 minutes, still plenty of time. Next is the Minnesota Vikings. I know that one, and that makes sense. Scandinavian influence on Minnesota. New Orleans, they played the Colts and beat the Colts, I think, in the Super Bowl. What was it, 2010, something like that? I remember this because I was working in a call center at the time and everybody was dressed up in Colts gear. And I think it's the, what is it called? The Saints, the New Orleans Saints. Yes, well remembered, Lawrence. Atlanta, what are you? Goodness me, I don't know. I'm running out of ones now, although there are still some on there that I do remember. I'm going to go next with that one, come back to it. The Tampa Bay, what's Tampa Bay Mutiny? That's football or soccer, isn't it? I think. because I remember that team, but that's obviously not this. The Tampa Bay... Oh, what are you? Is it the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I think it is, but I'll come back to it just to be sure. I just want to keep eliminating some here. Carolina, weirdly happened to know this one, and I think it's because of Tara. We just had a discussion because she used to live there, and I think it's the Panthers. It is the Panthers. I'm doing well. San Francisco, it's the 49ers. It was my favorite team just arbitrarily when I was a child and I had that sticker album. So that's the 49ers. Arizona is... Oh, this rings a bell. The Arizona... I'm not seeing it. Nothing's coming. No, let's go back. We'll keep going. Seattle, I do know this one. It's the Seahawks. St. Louis... You know, on the tip of my tongue was Cardinals. And of course, that's the baseball team, isn't it? I've been to see that very baseball team. St. Louis, your team is... What is your team? I don't know. This is really tough. At least, though, look at the score. I am over 50%, so I'm a bit happy with that. Goodness. I'm going to keep going. I think now, looking at this, I might not have any more where I definitely know the answer. So it's going to have to be guesses from here. The St. Louis... Goodness me, maybe they have the same name as the basketball team? That seems to be rare, though, at least when you get to this level of things. I don't know what St. Louis is. I will come back to it. But the Buffalo, we know that. It's Buffalo Bills. So we do have that. Baltimore, I think... Gosh, I think this is the Rams. Why do I think it's the Rams? I know that animal barely makes sense for Baltimore, but I think it's the Rams. It's not the Rams, is it? Oh, just do it, Lawrence. It's not the Rams. We'll never know now. Cincinnati. This is where it's going to be all downhill. It's going to fall to pieces now. Cincinnati. Well, goodness me. I don't know. Maybe they are the Cardinals? Gee, this is really hard. Well, it's not going to be the Texans. That makes no sense. Ravens. Everything else it could be, by the looks of it. The Cincinnati... I don't know. I don't know. But I do think the Buccaneers are... Let's get that one out of the way. What was that one? There was one of these. It wasn't Atlanta. Tampa. I think Tampa Bay is the Buccaneers. It is. Okay, well remembered. Arizona. The Arizona... What do we got? 4 minutes. Let's do this. The Arizona Texans. That makes no sense. Falcons, Eagles... Lions, Jaguars. Oh, goodness. Who are the Ravens? Who did I think that was? The St. Louis, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Houston. It's the Houston Texans. It has to be. So let's get that one done. Yes. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going for it. Jaguars. It was right. Good. Tennessee. Tennessee Titans. Is it more alliteration? Let's do it. It is. Process of elimination there. Using your alliteration. It always helps. San Diego... What are you, San Diego? You are... Oh, goodness. Don't know. San Diego. What is the Ravens? Again, let me find that one. There was one I thought was the Ravens. No, I'm not remembering what I said now. That's not good. Oh, well. The Bengals. I'm going to go with Detroit Bengals. Am I? Detroit... Or is it the Detroit Lions? That sounds right. I'm going to kick myself. I'm going with Detroit Lions. It is. For some reason, that sounded right. I must have heard somebody at work or something like that say that name at some point. Atlanta... The Atlanta Falcons? I think it is. It is. That is amazing. Arizona... Oh, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. I'm doing all right. I'm surprised. Doing better than I expected, put it that way. This is all memory at this point. It's overhearing people say these names again and again and again for 10 years of being here. Arizona... Gosh, I want to go Eagles, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's the Rams. Arizona Eagles. Let's do it. Oh, that was messed up. I really messed up there. Oh, well, only 2 wrong. That's not bad. St. Louis... God, is it the Cardinals for St. Louis? That would be strange. Cincinnati... The Cincinnati Bengals. Could that possibly be right? Let's do it. It was correct. That was absolutely correct. Amazing. All right. Cleveland Browns is a team. I'm sure it's basketball. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm correct. The San Diego... All right, we're really getting down now. Now, the Rams, right? I think I read... Now, I could be completely wrong about this. Were the Rams a team that moved from one place to another? Because Rams might do that, right? Migrating. I don't know if real Rams do that. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I've got 1 minute 30. Let's just try to knock this out. The San Diego Chargers, the San Diego Ravens, the San Diego Rams, the San Diego Cardinals, the San Diego Eagles. The Rams somehow is speaking to me. I'm going to come back to that. The Philadelphia Eagles. It's the Eagles, isn't it? Because they played the Patriots at some point. Philadelphia Eagles. It's in. Brilliant. St. Louis. We've still got Cardinals down there. It's a potential. Oh my goodness, I've got 57 seconds left. San Diego. All right, San Diego and St. Louis, they're the only two that I'm allowed to answer because I got two wrong. And I've got, it's like, who wants to be a millionaire here? Can we do a 50-50 and remove some? The San Diego, I want to say Rams, but I know it can't be. It could be. It's going to be Ravens, isn't it? Or Chargers. Let's do Rams. I was wrong. Let me know in the comments below what it was. St. Louis. I don't want to do Cardinals because that is the baseball team. I know that. But maybe it's also the football team. I don't know. The St. Louis Rams. Is that right? I've got 15 seconds. I'm going to have to guess. St. Louis Ravens doesn't sound right. Chargers could be. I think I'm going to do it, folks. I think I'm going to go with Rams because I just don't think it could be Cardinals like the baseball team. Let's do it. Was I correct? It was. That last one was correct. It was the Rams. So that's not bad. 28 out of 31. Let me know if you did better. You probably did if you're into NFL. In fact, I guarantee it. But most of that's from memory. So I'm pretty happy with that. Some of it's from experience and some of it was complete guesswork and process of elimination. So yes, let me know how I did in the comments below and let me know of any other quizzes I should take, sports or geography or anything related really to do with America, potentially. Those ones seem to be popular among you fine folk and all of that. So thank you for watching and have a great week and enjoy the Super Bowl and let me know what it means and who's going to win and all of that. Thanks. Bye. Alright, so now that I've taken the quiz, I could actually go back in time and look at some of the names of these teams that I got wrong or that were confusing me along the lines. And it turns out that yes, during the time period in which this quiz, was created, some teams have actually changed locations to specifically Los Angeles, right? So you've got the Los Angeles Chargers and the Los Angeles Rams. So it used to be the St. Louis Rams when this quiz was made. So I was correct in that sense. And for some reason, I remember this story, as I said in the video, of the Rams moving location. And I thought it was California, and I was seeing San Diego. So I was thinking, yeah, we'll hold out there. We'll go with the San Diego Rams. And, of course, that wasn't the case. And San Diego used to be the San Diego Chargers, and again, LA seems to have acquired that team. So greedy in a way, two teams, you know, but I think I'll still take these figures. Now, a word on the Ravens. So early on in the video, you saw that I was going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. That would have been correct. My instinct told me to do it. And then you get a few teams in and your brain just goes haywire. And that's what happened. And I completely forgot that was the plan all along. So I went with the Baltimore Rams. Rams were everywhere in this game. They were all over the place. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you did better than me. But if you like what we do on this channel and you would like to support us, you can do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond, like these fine folks to the right. And if you like videos in which I talk about sports, why not watch this video right up here? Or if you haven't had the chance yet, subscribe and punch my little face. I suspect there's quite a few of you that want to do that after this video. All right, thank you. Bye.